In 1975, the notice is posted in the 2024 Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and on bulletin boards at each fire company town by law. All pages and cell phones must be turned off on vibrating until the signal is over. Have a roll call.
Commissioner Ferretti? Here. Commissioner Reed?
Here.
Commissioner Middleton?
Here.
Commissioner Natal? And Commissioner Braxton?
And the attorney is not away. Alright, review and approval of minutes. There weren't any? Alright. So under communications, there was a request for Lottie 27 and Engine 272 to attend 9/11 ceremony on September 11th. And a request for car 25, Ladder 25, Engine 253 to attend 9/11 ceremony on September 11th. Request for 25, Engine 253, Rescue 25, and Ladder 25 to attend Franklin Day on September 28th. And request for Ladder 27 and Engine 272 to attend Franklin Day as also on September 28th. Can we have an approval? Make a motion?
I make a motion to approve all the requests for the apparatuses for either ceremony on September 11th or on Franklin Day on September 28th.
Got a second?
I second.
Got a roll call?
Commissioner Ferretti?
Yes.
Commissioner Reed?
Yes.
Commissioner Natal?
Yes.
Commissioner Braxton? And Chairman Middleton?
Yes. Okay, you also received our Community and East Franklin's 2025 budget for next year. Okay. Fire Chief's report. Chief Gonzano.
Okay, just to start out, we've been back and forth on this fax machine in our building. It is not working. So anytime that we have to get something up here, put it in an envelope and put it in a mailbox so the office gets it. It's an ongoing problem. We tried many different things. We still can't resolve it. So I'll let you know once we do have it. Because anytime Chantel has to get something to us, it's the same thing. We have an issue trying to get it.
So it's not coming through? More or less?
It's not. It's like once in a while it'll receive something out of the blue and then it won't work after that. Fire calls, we don't get it. We try to fax something out, it doesn't go. I have to hand deliver the false alarm reports to the township just because they keep track of them and you can't fax it. So hopefully sooner or later, I'm working with somebody that should be able to get that.
I was just gonna ask you, did you try and get service or something done for it?
We had Verizon in there, we had cable company in there, we had them all in there looking at it. They're all just standing there scratching their head. So
Okay.
I don't know what it is, and it's not the machine because we changed it. You know, so it's either the line somewhere, I don't know. But
Okay.
that's just to let you all know, so if you try to fax something to us. I see it's in the report, but Ladder 25 had a minor incident. All the paperwork was done. We sent it up here. The tech rescue, we're having an electrical issue with that, so we have that out to be looked at to try to find what the problem is with it. We have 3 Scott bottles that are out for repair. Also in the tech, one of the seats is torn. I took it to have a guy look at it to see what it would cost to repair it. He told us it'd be $150, but he's not one of our regular people, so I want to know if we do send this out, if it's okay for $150. Should we just put it on a credit card and then just bill you? Is that the way we could do it? I don't know if that has to go through everybody because it's not a regular company that we deal with all the time.
Small about saving money, did you reach out to the other company to see how much it would be for the companies that we do use?
Nobody that we really, I think, use can repair the leather seat. So that's why I went to just a regular seat place that does repairs. And his price was cheaper than 2 other places I went to.
Chief,
So-
has he done something like that on apparatus?
We've never sent anything out. This is the first time that we've had an issue with
Going seats.
the one seat. It looks like either somebody with an air pack got in it at a point in time and they pulled it and it ripped. And like I said, the only thing he said, he can repair it, but it would be like $150 to do it.
And he would come to the firehouse?
No, I have to bring it probably to him. It's in New Brunswick. I have to bring it to him. I'd have to leave it there and let them either take the seat out to redo it and then, come back and have him put it back in there.
Which apparatus is that?
Centec.
Oh, for the second
The
one?
guy by the 3 corners?
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we've used them before. We paid cash and then turn the receipt and they give you a check.
Centec, we.
That's the guy right there behind,
yeah, so you paid
behind
out,
the chicken place.
you paid out of your pocket.
Yeah, we paid out of our pocket, then the board reimburses. It's their truck.
You think it's good?
Yeah, we use the township, we send the township trucks there too. The guy's really good.
Well, if Chief Krasinski already did it, I don't have an issue. Does anybody else have an issue?
Okay. After it comes back from its electrical issue, I'll get it over there to get that done. I just received today from Craig about bailout training. He sent me an email. I'll have to get back to him on that date to make sure that we're good for that. That's all I have right now.
Thank you. Chief?
Yeah. So a couple things. We have a live burn set up for September 29th in Piscataway. And Franklin Park will be standing by at East Franklin. And we'll have cover companies covering us. Fire prevention is set up in all the schools. Little Allen will send the list to Station 25, I guess, in person since your fax machine doesn't work. Of the dates and times if you guys want to participate with that stuff. I went back and forth and sent the stuff to Chantel and Vinny and Patty about the gear cleaning guy. I think that's set up. You guys coming to your place next week.
I did see that.
Yeah. So that's all done. He's going to do community the first 2 days, us, and then the gear from here. Last time we brought all the gear from here to our firehouse. It was easier, so the guy was hooked up to the water and all that stuff was a lot easier. Got a phone call yesterday from Greg Luau from New Jersey Department of POSHA in regards to me being the incident commander for a water rescue incident on June 30th, I believe was the date, Churchill Avenue. He wanted my report, my incident report, my NIFRS report, who was in the water, any audio or videotape we had of the incident, of who was in the water and who came out of the water, and anybody from East Franklin who was certified in technical rescue. Zach from East Franklin was there, and he had his equipment from just getting done doing training that day. He's a lieutenant in Hillsborough, so he was there. Got to forward his paperwork. He's going to set up a date when I come home from Wildwood to meet me and go over everything in person. But comes to this, if you're not trained and you're not certified and you know you're not, then don't do what you're not supposed to do, because this is a very big finable event. It's no different than going to a tanker truck leaking gas. You have your awareness guys, you have your operation guys, and your tech guys. And if the tech guys aren't there, the operation guys don't try and fix the tanker that's leaking gas. So he was very adamant about people being trained and certified. And I was on the phone with him probably for about 45 minutes yesterday. So I know he spoke to Chief Inzano, and somehow he got me being the incident commander, and the message was sent to me for me to get in touch with him. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Okay. just keep us informed of that, once you get back, you know.
Yeah,
You'll handle it.
Commissioner, I reached out to him earlier, apparently it felt more appropriate to reach out to the fire district than to me. So I did reach out to the investigator.
Okay.
Yeah, he did tell me yesterday that they don't deal with the commissioners or attorneys, they deal directly with the incident commander and the fire line. I'm only telling you what he told me.
I'll follow up with him.
His name is, I don't even know how to say
I have his
it.
contact info.
Greg something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Um,
Wow.
yeah.
What is it?
Wow.
Alala? Okay. The other thing is, Suzanne couldn't be here tonight, our attorney. There is a meeting set up for Tuesday, the 17th at 3 p.m. She would ask tonight under new business or old business that it be presented that the board, to let the residents know that they're going to be safe and sound until the contract is settled, that there is no more 30-day extensions. There's just an extension until the contract is settled.
Again, Commissioner, I have a resolution I think we can consider to talk about it in executive.
Okay.
Well, I can't go to executive, so I don't know what that means. So, I guess we'll come back, because I don't know where that leaves the residents and the taxpayers. If things don't go well on the 17th and our extension expires on the 30th, where does that leave everybody?
Okay. We'll discuss it after.
Maybe might be-
That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Chief. Discussion of questionable bills.
Is that attorney fees for prior attorney or no attorney?
And these we're
No,
gonna
it's for
move,
George.
so these we're gonna move into, executive session.
Both attorney fees and firefighter?
Are we sure we're gonna have executive session to do this?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know last month we closed the meeting before and,
Well, you did have an executive session.
We did have one. We just.
okay, in the first 3 minutes of the meeting, and things that came up afterwards were never addressed in executive session again, so.
We'll take care of it.
Yeah. Okay, so those two would be. Okay, presentation of bills.
Bills to be paid are in the amount of $74,857.54.
You can't pay the bills if two of them refunded the bill.
Yeah, right. We're gonna have to come back to that.
Yep.
We have to make corrections on that. All right, so we'll come back to the bills after the executive session, just in case. Because if once we discuss these fees and this other class thing, we're gonna have to change some numbers here, so.
So we'll do
Yeah.
this fee.
We'll table that for now, so after the executive session. All right, reports of committees, maintenance, Commissioner Reed, you ready?
Truck went out for, imbalanced, not truck, the, squad went out. Imbalanced, tires, it's been fixed and returned back in service.
Okay. Equipment, that's for,
The turnout gear, we had, Danny, who was it yesterday, it needs boots and, I didn't get their names. Leather
The two new
boots.
kids that just graduated fire school, Ryan, Gage, and Ray, need leather boots
I
because
don't
they
know if
graduated
that's
fire
what
school.
this, if that's what this is. But at any rate, they're gonna be ordered, if it's not in this, they'll be taken care, and one of them needed a helmet, you said, a black helmet.
yeah. You guys, I guess, community received the helmet as well? Red and yellow helmet? Okay. Training,
Bell out training
for 25, they still need to schedule their date, so make sure, Chief, if you can reach out to Craig. There's a date for the November 23rd and November 24th. They're both in the, there's a AM and a PM session, and Craig prefers no more than 20 members. Chief,
Does that total or
Total.
between both companies like 10 and
10
10?
and
or
10,
20?
sorry.
Okay.
so we did receive a quote from East Franklin's, proposal from the bailout, which, Craig sent over to Chantel. Did you receive that, Chantel?
I did.
Okay, good. So sure, we'll review that. And then the live burn, which I didn't know, that is for September 29th.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Insurance.
I see there was an incident with ladder 25. I was not around. I was away. I believe Commissioner Ferretti took care of it.
You believe what?
That you went over to the firehouse and you handled it
No.
with Chief?
That's a
No, I
negative.
think they
They
did
did it
the
on their
drug
own.
testing. and
I'm
all
not
that stuff.
safety
And it
committee.
seems like we'll have more or less an issue. I guess we're just going on that same location because it seems like it's going on a lot. There's the cars and there, all that stuff.
The traffic that is built up on Hamilton Street is like out of control.
I was told
They
there
park
was a
on-
vehicle in the apron. Is that not true?
They park on the, across the street by the pharmacy, all the way to the corner. I've been in contact with county to try to see if they can put some kind of blockage there, those like orange cones, because they just park there and it makes it harder for them. So we've changed some of the rules as far as answering our calls. If it looks like there's a lot of traffic there, they're going straight and they'll make a right or a left onto one of the other streets to get around the corners. We're hitting the preamp light ahead of time to try to stop all traffic all ways so we can get out. And also asking the county to see if they can upgrade the preamp system, because that thing's probably 60 years old, if not longer old. The return button doesn't return. The light that usually lights up to tell you it's working doesn't work anymore. And we were also going to see if they could maybe stripe the street in front of the firehouse so this way cars won't stop in that crosswalk area, so we can easily get out the door.
Oh, kind of like the other time you see where it's like box.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those phone calls are made. I'm just waiting to hear back from these people on it to see if, we can do something to just help us out. I don't know where it'll go, but,
So I'll ask again, it wasn't a vehicle parked in the apron of the firehouse?
we always park there. But it's not.
Thank you.
So that's
wasn't
not
right.
what, okay, so it was the second bay door when you're looking at it on the right, correct? That's the picture I have, that's the only door that's damaged.
Yeah, the middle bay where the ladder is.
So that's not enough room to swing out and turn left?
What do you mean? I don't know what your question is.
If the cars are parked across the street in front of the pharmacy,
Right.
it's the second bay from the
Oh.
right. He can't swing that truck after all these years, all of a sudden in the last year that there's been,
No, it's been a
Two
problem
accidents?
since they put the pharmacy there. Before that, there wasn't a pharmacy. It was a bank, and people wouldn't park on that corner. But since
so
the bank is gone,
25 feet is not enough for him
we
to
have
make
it
that
marked
turn?
in the street where they make the turn, so they're able to be outside the building.
Oh, apparently that's not working.
Okay, well, you
We're
already
working on
said you're
something to
working
try
on
to
it,
fix the
so,
problem.
and if it's crowded out there, just continue to go straight. All right, thank you. Franklin Township Fire Prevention, I have nothing. Reed?
No,
No? Safety?
Safety was the only issue with the ladder.
yeah.
Okay. CAT,
Reports have been entered,
Awards Committee,
no plans of now.
bylaws, nothing at this time. LoSAP,
I have nothing.
Union membership.
Nothing for 25.
You got anything, Patty?
No.
Policies and procedures, nothing at this time. On unfinished business, we're looking for the status of the forensic audit and policy violations.
It's the same as the last time.
What is that?
It's not finished. I don't know why you think something would be different.
Well, because it's been going on since last year,
Okay,
and we haven't
it's been a year.
we haven't heard anything.
They did say it could be
And I
over
know there
18
was
months.
some issue where they did send in a report.
No, they
and-
didn't.
Yeah, they sent something to see what needed to be looked at and what didn't.
No, they
And
didn't.
nobody was informed about it.
They didn't
Well-
send a report.
Okay, well, we need
So
to get
if you have a
we need to get
report,
an
then
update
share.
on that. We need to get an update on that. And as far as the policy
No.
violations, the safety committee you guys have to put together,
Well, the policy violations, I think, is what we were discussing at the last
Right.
meeting, and we gave it to the attorney, and he was gonna go over it.
okay, so it's progressing.
Yes,
You guys
it's
are working on it.
progressing.
Okay,
He's working on it with Commissioner Braxton.
okay. New business, we already received that information from Chief Danny, POSHA complaint, and from Vinny as well, so. We just gotta wait to see what's going on when Chief Danny gets back from Wildwood. We'll go into executive session to discuss the contract negotiation, GRC complaint, and personnel issues. Alright, so we do the treasurer's report.
We have budgeted $2,329,888. We've spent $975,314.95. We have encumbered $74,526.87 with a balance of $1,280,046.18. Truck reserve is $17,517.16, and our dedicated training penalty account is $3,854. LoSAP is $121,585.81. Funds set aside to cover future costs of health benefits for retired employees, $163,201.21.
Can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I make a motion to accept it.
Have a second?
A second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ferretti,
Yes.
Commissioner Reed,
Yes.
Commissioner Mattel,
Yes.
Commissioner Braxton, and Chairman Middleton.
Yes. Alright, I need a motion, yes.
Make a motion to go into public portion at 7:24.
Can I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor? Public portion is now open.
Okay, I'm Alan Tanzio, I represent VFIS, I'm the insurance agent that represents the company for the fire district. On July 17th, I met with, I thought it was called you, Janet, Commissioner Tell and Commissioner Braxton, in reference to a couple items that I found on the contract that could be an issue, and a policy that could be an issue. The first one was 4 hours from the last drink to riding. No way. It's got to change. The company can cancel the insurance for such a policy. They prefer zero tolerance. Reason being, it's easy to figure out, it's easy to interpret. That's what they like, either non-inebriated, which I can never pronounce properly, or zero tolerance. Okay, that was the first item. Second item was reimbursement for lost personal items. That's part of your portable equipment coverage, which covers your ground ladders, your turnout gear, your radios, etc. It cannot be taken out, it's a nationwide policy. And I take out of, what, every year I may do one claim with all the departments I do. because it's usually glasses most of the time. The other one was the camera. If you remember, hopefully, when they first came up, I had recommended a policy to designate how it could be accessed, who could access it, and the procedures before the cameras were installed. And I asked for information from the board so I could set up the loss control. The last consigliere, he said he would get that to me. I'm just trying to protect the board. That's about it, but I think those first two items are really important.
We discussed it at the last meeting briefly.
I'm sorry?
We discussed it last meeting briefly in exec session, so we're aware of it.
Okay,
He's aware.
all right, sounds good. Like I said, zero tolerance makes the company happy, all right? I was told this policy's been around for a while. It's like, I was shocked, honestly. And the other items, like I said, is part of the policy, it's a nationwide policy, it's part of your equipment policy with the radios and turnout gear. It can't be taken out, it does not affect your claim system either. So, it's a no-brainer. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Chief Dan Krasinski, East Franklin. So if you're going to go into executive session, discuss the contract, instead of everybody leaving and having to wait outside, can you just discuss that first and then come back and bring us back inside instead of discussing the 7 different things that are on executive session? Or are you going to make everybody wait?
Well, we're gonna take care of one situation first that we forgot last week. So we'll deal with that and then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Okay.
Hello. I live on, my name is Stephanie Field. I live on Hillcrest Avenue. I was informed that they're gonna try to close the firehouse. That's, what street is it on?
Pine Grove.
Pine Grove Firehouse. Now, we only have 2 firehouses to work this whole entire section that's from JFK back this way. And I personally have seen where the guys at that particular firehouse saved somebody's life, and they also saved somebody's property. So, me personally, I'm hoping that my house never burns. But there's been 2 fires on Hillcrest, and while I was there, a fire truck came from North Brunswick. I don't know why. I didn't go investigate because there's too many fire trucks going up and down. But I personally think for the amount of people that those high-rise apartments that they put up, you need to keep at least 2 firehouses, maybe get another one, because I don't feel like people are being covered. And that's my opinion, and I've been living here since 1977. And these guys volunteer, they're not being paid. They're volunteering, they're giving their life and their time. And I've seen one of them guys end up running out the house because the fire was chasing them. So, they need more help, we need another firehouse. We don't need that one shut down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Charles Thompson, 123 Jefferson Street. I live in the area that East Franklin covers. There has been a lot of building, and it makes no sense to close this firehouse. It is also the emergency meeting place for Pine Grove Manor School. Where else are they gonna go? You don't have another place. The community's too far. And there's no other public building over there. Please do not close this firehouse. It endangers this entire area if you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Colligan, representing the men and women of PBA 154. I want to know, is there going to be a public portion after executive session?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, public portion?
Is there going to be an opportunity to speak after? Okay.
No.
Well,
Public portion is now.
since this ludicrous idea was first floated, I've either watched everything live, thanks to the Franklin Reporter, or I've been here. And I will say that I've never seen somebody come up here and say this is a good idea, except for a few on this board. And the fact that I think only one of you is two of you are firefighters, and coming up with this incredibly stupid idea to shut down a firehouse that's responsible, and I'll say publicly, I have nothing against community, putting 75% of the firefighters out there is something funny, Counselor?
Yeah, because from what I'm reading, it's not the question of closing down a firehouse, it's the question of the fire department agreeing to a contract.
Okay. So, this is the best you could find, that's fine. That's ridiculous. This is the stupidest idea I've ever seen in my 32 years in Franklin Township. Okay? And when you decide to go forward with the contract, the ludicrous contract, I will be laying in front, I hope these two gentlemen, I will be laying in front of one of the bays to make sure that doesn't happen. This is ridiculous. And the fact that you have a personal vendetta against a chief and you can't get it out of you can look all you want, you can roll your eyes. The fact that you have a personal vendetta and you've been on tape. And you can't walk away from this stupid idea is just so disheartening. Because, as I said, somebody is going to die. And nobody is taking this seriously. It seems to be funny, rolling your eyes, it seems to be a contract dispute. It's a ridiculous contract dispute. You know anything about contracts, which I hope you do, you'd see the issues that were brought out. I will be back to tell you when somebody dies, and I will be laying in front of a bay to make sure that those engines and those trucks don't leave that firehouse. This is ridiculous. Put your petty crap away and deal with the issues. The taxpayers and the firefighters who are volunteering their time, coming into this town, volunteering their time, and you want to shut them down. Brilliant.
I didn't use my 3 minutes, so I want to go back up, because I forgot something.
To you. Okay.
So, Sherrod, you keep saying to everybody at community, down the street, up the street, to the lawyer, whatever, I don't live in town. I don't live in town. If I had $1,000 every time you said that, I could retire. So you know, there's 10 fire companies in Franklin Township. Out of the 10 fire companies, only 3 of the fire chiefs live in town. Only 3. Chief Enzano being one of them. Chris Giannato being the other, Danny Lawson being the third. Everybody else lives in North Brunswick, Manville, Bound Brook, Hillsborough, Monmouth Junction, Princeton Junction. So before you keep worrying about where I live, realize that I've been coming to more calls by accident than you've ever responded to on purpose.
Hello, good evening. Robert Mattei, Deputy Chief East Franklin. So I just want to read something due to the comment made by the new attorney. This was your press release. It states, if the volunteer company, which is East Franklin, does not sign the contract, the district's equipment, including but not limited to apparatus, radios, turnout gear, will need to be returned to the district, and the volunteer fire company will not be permitted to respond to calls on the district's behalf. Insurance, including workers' compensation and life insurance, will be canceled. As an alternative, the district is exploring other options, including per diem firefighters to ensure 24-hour coverage. So, with that verbiage in your press release, that's shutting the fire company down. You're taking our gear, you're taking our radios, and you're taking our trucks. So, if you'd like to explain to the residents how we can fight fires without all that, or how that doesn't constitute a closed firehouse, I'm sure they'd like a response from you.
We're gonna have a conversation about the contract on September 17th. The issue is that right now, there's not a contract between the town,
Okay?
the fire district, and the fire company. And that's because the fire company doesn't agree with the terms that were previously provided.
Okay. And we've sat down and spoke about the disagreement with the fire commissioners?
I don't know what happened prior to.
Okay.
I understand you're gonna be at that meeting.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
But what happens between Tuesday and the 30th? That's
press-
my question.
I guess the press release.
Well, we're gonna figure that out.
We've got to figure it out tonight.
You laughed at everything.
We've got to figure it out tonight.
I missed the
I missed
humor
the
of
funny
this.
part. You laugh at everything.
Motion to close public
No,
portion.
Anthony Vittori, 26 Conley Road. I have a question for the lawyer. If you get per diem firefighters into East Franklin, where's the money coming from?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
You're asking me a question, I've been here for a month.
okay. Next question is, actually, Chief, one of the chiefs, if you could answer this. How many firefighters would you have to staff there for a per diem, on a per diem status to be 24 hours?
24 hours?
Yeah,
You have to have at least 6.
at least 6, and that's to cover what, two apparatuses at best?
That's at the bare minimum of 3 and 3 on each truck.
Okay. So my next question is, if it ends up going to that, are you going to petition the township for additional funds? And again, where are you going to suggest to the township where they're going to get the money from? Because if that's the case, we're going to,
Where are they gonna park their trucks?
yeah, that's another thing too. The other question is going to be, are the residents going to be happy with, you know, if we'd gotten if the new fire truck had been purchased, I believe if I did the numbers correctly, it would come out to an extra $20 to $30 per person on their tax bill. You're talking about at least 6 guys, 24 hours. Commissioner Ferretti, what was it, $35 to $40 an hour?
Yeah,
Your
but
rating?
that would be a minimum of 12 because there's day shift, night shift, overnight. It would be a minimum of 12.
And not including overtime
Oh, not even close.
and benefits.
Not even close.
Yeah, so that's something I would really like to know. I'd like to see that on paper, if not on the 17th, then at the next commissioners meeting, so thank you.
Thank you.
Great plan.
Anyone else? None, that's next.
I make a motion to close public portion at 7:39 p.m.
Second,
I second that.
all in favor? Date, time, and place of next meeting will be Tuesday, October 1st, 2024 at 7 p.m. in the district office. Fire company district budget work section will be Tuesday, October 8th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in the district office. Before we adjourn the meeting,
You can't, you need to do it.
no, that's what I'm saying. Before we adjourn the meeting, we will go into executive session now to discuss, everything we talked about earlier. Personnel, the audit, the violations, and all that stuff, so, yeah.
Were you going to do the contract second, you said, and then come get us?
I make a motion to go into executive session.
Do I have a second? Can I vote? Second by Ken? All in
Yes, second by
favor?
Ken.
Aye. All right, thank you. Let me leave the room.